You want to be like a chola and kneel down? No.
All right, are you ready?
Yes,
You ready for your fame?
I don't mind. It's not fame, it's truth.
No, it was your fame. All right.
Oh, God, Jesus.
All right. What's your name? How old are you? And where are you originally from?
My name is Yolanda Duran. I raised in Yolanda in LA County. I was born in LA County. Damn, I got stuttering. That's what you get for getting old. Okay. I'm 60 years old.
60 years old.
Mm-hmm.
60 years young.
Pretty much. If God gave me the other day, yes, I am.
Can you share a little bit about your background and what led you to your
Yes.
current situation?
I tell you what. I was raised with a beautiful family of 9. Mother and father. The death due part. They raised my kids. They were never taken away. They never been drug babies. But I had to give them up because my last kid's daddy. Because he used to beat me every time he came home from work. Then he got me on drugs. I ended up out in the streets. And I would not ever let my kids come in the streets with me. So my kids are raised beautiful from my mother and father, and God rest their souls. But I've been through hell and back. Through rapes, kidnapping, guns to my head, and by a police officer. I'm not saying what county, because I don't want to get in trouble. But that's when I was in my 20s. And then I've been hit by cars, hit by trucks. I tried to do suicidal through life. I hated my life. Do everything. But I always supported my kids. All the money I made out in the streets, I'd make sure they had something for their birthdays and whatever else. And when it comes to school year, I'd make sure that my mother and father got money in the mailbox because they would not take it from me. Because they knew I needed it. But I still did it. And then I found another purpose. After I turned around and tried to walk into a train. It spun me around, right here on Second Reservoir. And all I did was put one shoulder blade to the other shoulder blade. Looked like I had tits in front and back. I had to hide and have somebody else pull my shoulders off to parts so I could sit there, not go to another house if they found me. Because I'm not crazy, I'm not nuts. I'm just a beautiful person who tries to help everybody and keep on living. Now, I know I got my purpose now for the younger ones. To stay off all this stupid crap that they're doing these days. Because I got a heart. I got a soul. And God loves them. And so do I. Why I don't stay off the street is I got a lot of purpose to go back home. Got a lot of purpose to go somewhere else. That my brother died and everything else. He left the house and everything else out of state. But I don't want it. I want to keep on living for the kids out here. Because he's
How long have you been out on the street?
35 years.
And that's been pretty rough?
Yeah. They don't, but back in those days, they didn't understand when they had the psycho killers, the skinheads. That's what they used to call them. And everything else above.
You mentioned being addicted to drugs when you were younger. What kind of drugs were those?
I was addicted to 8 ball of cocaine a day. That's what my last kid's daddy got me on. But he don't admit it. From this day on, he don't admit it. So he broke my nose, beat me every time he came home from work. Until one day I turned around, put a 2-barrel shotgun down his fucking mouth when he was asleep. And my oldest son had to call my dad. But my dad made it all the way from Pomona to Almani to let go of the trigger. They take me off of them.
How did those drugs affect your daily life?
It's terrible. It's very terrible. Because you don't know where you're going, you don't know what to say, you don't know nothing. You're just spaceless. Until somebody talks with you and can understand what you went through and deal with whatever, that's why I'm here. But these little ones don't want to listen because it's that fentanyl now. I mean, it was easier with everything else. I took so many kids off of the streets, girls and boys. I talked with them, not at them. Because you talk with them and understand with them, you don't talk at them. Because like you're talking like your mom and dad. You know, because they don't understand. I do understand, so I talk with them. Everybody told me I should be a counselor, psychiatrist. I can't even do my own self, so what the heck?
Well, I think doing this kind of makes you a little bit of a counselor, right?
Yes.
Someone's going to see this video and they're going to learn from it.
Yes. And thank God for that. God gives me a day every day, and God bless it.
What are you currently, what's your addiction right now?
Alcohol, really.
How much alcohol do you drink?
Don't ask.
Closing liquor stores?
Until it closes at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Drinking all day?
All night.
All night. Okay. And then how do you make your money to...
Actually, you want me to tell you the truth? Sometimes I work at the crumb shop right here, clean bathrooms, and the offices. Then I go to another place, I go clean houses. But then sometimes I work the streets. I ain't gonna lie.
And working the streets, like prostitution?
Yes.
Just trying to make it...
Make ends meet.
And is that, would you say that was just to support that alcohol habit?
Nope. Just make money and make ends meet. Because I gotta live, I gotta eat. And rent and everything else these days, you can't get by.
Too expensive.
And by the way, I can't get SSI, I can't get nothing. Even though I'm disabled.
What are some challenges that you face while living on the street and dealing with this type of addiction?
Of an alcohol addiction?
Yes.
For me not to beat up on everybody?
So it mellows you.
Yes.
It keeps you happy.
Yes. Now if I was doing everything else, no.
When you wake up in the morning, what's a typical day look like for you?
I thank God that I'm alive and have another day to help another person.
And what's the earliest that you start off with a drink?
8 o'clock in the morning.
8 a.m.? That's early.
That's my coffee.
I'm here too, waiting for it.
That's my coffee.
Okay, that's your coffee? What are some of the dangers that you face while living on the street?
Actually, tell you the truth. People who try to attack you and try to beat you up and try to take your money and try to sit there, take your clothes or try to take in your food or whatever else.
It's pretty dangerous.
Yes, it does.
You've probably seen
People don't understand how hard it is to live on these streets.
What are some of those challenges?
But you don't want to kill nobody.
Have you ever been like assaulted while living out here?
Look, I always carry a knife under my pillow.
You have to, right?
Yes. And my knife was a machete.
Not a small one.
No.
That's just for you to protect yourself.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
Especially if I slept by myself in the rail tracks, under the bridge, out in just any bushes or whatever else. Yes, I kept my machete under my pillow.
And it's also a tool, right? If you got to cut down a bush, you got to cut down a bush.
Nope. Only if you know how to sharpen them.
Do you have any support system, like friends or family that you stay in contact with?
I stay in contact with my sister who was a heroin addict.
She's also addicted.
No, she's not.
But she's not addicted to heroin.
No.
Oh, that's good.
She's living a beautiful life now. She found Jesus.
Does she live out here?
Yes.
Oh.
But I don't want to sit there and endanger her kids and where else. And plus, I don't endanger kids. And by endangering her kids, I don't want her kids to feel but they got to watch over me and take care of me. Because I don't need help, and I don't bring my family out in the streets because they belong at home and they belong to have a life.
Do you have any talents or skills?
Actually, not really. Back in days in high school, yeah.
What did you do in high school?
Gymnastics.
Oh, really? You do a front flip?
And bowling.
Oh, nice. You're athletic.
Kind of. I used to love it. I was a bookworm.
Oh, nice. You liked school. You were one of the ones that liked school.
Yeah. Until I was in a car accident.
Have you ever sought any help to overcome this addiction of alcohol?
Through prototypes, yes. That was court ordered.
Wow. So you went to rehab?
And by the way, that rehab didn't help me because one time the counselor turned around and told me, well, please, we had this thing called, what was it called, Carla? Bonnaroo?
Bonnaroo, double square.
Yeah. And she went up on the rails, cleaned up the rails upstairs and downstairs. And when she went with white gloves, she turned around and said, hey, bitch, this ain't clean enough. When she called me a bitch, I hit her. And she went down steps. And she got fired, but I got thrown out. So counselors are not what they seem to be.
What would you say someone who is considering using fentanyl?
They need to quit.
What advice would you give them?
I'll tell them, excuse me, you're young, you're beautiful, you got a life, think about it. Because you know what, you're losing your brain, you're losing your life, and by the first time you use it, you might lose your life. How do you think your mother and father will feel? I never raised with a grandmother and grandfather because they're gone before I was raised. So I don't know how it feels to have a grandmother or grandfather. So they got to be blessed every life to know those years and to have a mother and grandfather. And plus a mother and father, no matter if they're apart or not. So excuse me, they need to sit there, treasure those moments and believe in those moments and to believe in what grandma and grandpa tell them. Because everybody loves them, no matter what. They can always help you, no matter what. But don't sit there, use that up because you hurt them and killed them when she said they didn't believe in them.
Have you ever seen anybody get hurt over fentanyl?
I say 2 people, and that hurt me. They're bluer than blue. I call 911 right down the street for 2 of them. And that really hurts. It don't matter what, I've been here 32 years, and what I've been through, to see somebody young and beautiful and got a good life ahead of them, to sit there wasted, even with that dust crap of a can. That's unnecessary. And children don't need to see that when they're doing it. In front of stores and everything else. Because you don't need to bring the children who you don't know in that life of what you're doing. Because they sit there and think, oh, mom, look at this. Oh, mom, look at that person. No, don't bring that around children, period.
What advice would you give a younger version of yourself or to others that are at risk of following this path?
To get the fuck off. Because God loves you. No matter what. I'll always help you in no matter way. And no matter what. Because He's always going to be there. As long as you believe that, and you still got Him in your heart and your soul, and you follow His steps, He's always going to be there. Because God loves you. And so do I. Even though I don't know you.
If you can have any person watch this video, what would you want to tell them? And who would it be?
My sister was blessed by getting off heroin, off a wheelchair, paralyzed. Now she has an apartment with the kids and everything, her grandkids, and she has a beautiful life. That's what I'll tell them.
What would you want to tell her?
I tell her, Yvonne, I love you. God bless you because you made a difference.
All right. End the video.
Thank you.